Hi again. I just wanted to show you this. I picked up this today. I bought it a few weeks ago and I went to pick it up. A bit of a road trip, not too far, only 40 miles each way I think. A bit further than I really like to go, but I thought I could do something with it. Doesn't look brilliant cosmetically, but I think it'll clean up okay. Well, that's broken. I don't know how people let them get into states as bad as this, but that's broken. They've tried to sort of hold it on with a cable tie. Exhaust is all loose, one bolt missing, and it's pity it's sort of burnt there a bit, but I can sort that out. It did come with a box. It's self-drive, and it's actually plastic on the top, and underneath it's steel, so it's a reasonable mower. So I'll get some new bits fitted on that are broken. I don't think that'll probably need a lot more. I haven't looked underneath yet, but by pulling the lever of the drive seems to work how it should, and seems to sort of have the resistance it should. So I think that'll probably be okay. I think I said I have the box for it, so it is complete. So I'll have a look at that. One cap I think is missing, which is a little annoying, and one could be broken as well. Yeah, one's broken. I may have some of them, but I'll have to see. If not, I'll probably take all the caps off to make it look even. That's what I have done in the past, because the wheels don't look too bad without a cap on. So just an update on this Mountfield. I've now tightened the exhaust. Well, it's a different one. If you look there, it all cracked and broken at the back, so I'll put another one of them on. Got that new piece along there. One of the head bolts are missing, so I'll put another one of them in. It's got a reconditioned carb on it. There was also a piece under there that was loose. There was a bolt missing off the recoil, and the engine is loose for some reason. The bolts are loose, so I have no idea what someone's been doing with this one. Welcome back again. I'm still working on the Mountfield, and I've had some real fun and games with this one. I noticed that the handles were loose. That I'll try and show you the bolt on. Where are we? On the side there. See the two holes there. Well, the stupid design is that the bolt goes through the handles, and then the nut is in plastic, sort of, to hold it in place. Well, the problem is when they get seized, you turn the outside bolt and it just twists in the inside. So there's a wrong way and a right way of fixing this. I'd done it before, which was the right way, but it took a long time, so I thought I'd try to do this a different way this time. So what I tried to do, well, I did manage to do it in there. You can't see very well. I'll try to show you a bit of picture of that in a minute. But I sort of tried to dig it out from there, the back of the bolts, cut out with the little Dremel tool, so then I can get a spanner on it, which worked okay that side. But in there, you can't see, the light isn't good enough, but I'll show you better that in a minute. But that's double skinned, so I couldn't sort of get through to where the nut was. So in the end I managed to get some grips up in there and hold the plastic tight with some mole grips, and managed to get out in the end. But it took me longer than it would have took me to do it the proper way. The proper way would have been to have cut the bolts off from the outside where the handles are, and then take off that plastic bit at the back, but that means the drive and everything would have to come off. That's what I didn't want to do, but I should have done it that way. And then take the plastic bit off, then fit the new bolts in, do it like that. But how I've done it now, I'll be able to have bolts and it'll be easier to get the handles off if they need to come off in the future. What someone I think had done on it, I think they'd tried to drop the handlebars and undid them rather than where it should have been dropped down. So I think that's what's caused the problem. I've had it happen before on them. So if you go to buy one of these and you don't want too much hassle, always make sure where the handlebars are connected there that it's strong and they're not wiggling about, because it is a bit of a task to fix it. But this is ready now to put the bolts back in. So the way I've designed it newer, which will be better if anybody ever takes it apart in the future, but it did take me about 2 hours to get them out, the old ones. So I've just done the handlebar bolts. I'll try and show you if you can see in there. That's how I've had to do it. I've had to put them inside the chute, and you can probably just see where's one and the other one's tucked in the plastic. It's been quite a pain of a job to do. I'll just put the light up here again. Yep, all I have to do now is cut them off, the ones that are too long. So I've eventually got there. It's got a lot longer than I thought, but I think it'll be okay now. So I'll get it all back together and see if it starts. I have it all back together now. I put an exhaust guard on it because that was missing. Only thing I haven't put on is a top yet, because on the first start I don't put the air filter in if it's clean, because if it's smoked it could dirty it up. So I'll leave that out until I give it its oil change and that. But there you go, it's all done. Put the last engine bolt in. Probably can't see it again, just see it through there. The engine's all tight now. It has spark, I've just checked that. So I have to cut off them bolts, what I put in, clean up, blade sharpen, change of oil, and I'm done with this one. So I'm quite pleased with it now. It took a lot longer than I thought. I didn't think I was going to have all them bits where the handles are, but I've managed to sort that now, so it's done. So I've just got to start it up, which I'll do tomorrow now because it's getting quite late now, and I'll show you that. Here we are again. I'm back on the Mountfield. I went to try it out today and it started fine and ran well. But had a slight shake, which I later found out was because the handlebars weren't tight. It was more of a vibration than a shake. But just to make sure, I thought I'd tip it over and check the blade, just to check there was nothing bent. Well, I turned it over, then it managed to fill the bore up with oil. So after that, I'd take the plug out and release that, then it's smoked a bit, then sort of cleared. But for some reason, it misfires now, and it's got a kickback on the pull start. So I've got a funny feeling that it's done the keyway in on the flywheel. I'm going to take it off now and have a look. I should have just left it alone. It's a bit stupid messing around with tipping it over because it was running okay. But I just wanted to make sure, and now I've caused myself some more work. There we are. My suspicion was correct. If you can see there, I'll try to get it in shot. Let it focus if it will. You can see the keyway's there. Just broke out from there, so it had moved. And that's why it's misfiring as well, I should suspect. So I'll see if I got one, see if I can get that off and see if I got one, and that'll solve the problem. I think I must have done that with what was the oil that got in the bore. I think it must have sort of, something had to give, I suppose, if there was oil in there, and that's what's happened. But I'm not really sure, but I know that will be the problem. It sort of rips your hand off when you try to pull it, so I'll get that sorted. Yep, I've got the keyway out now, if you can see there. Try and show you a good angle. See what it's done to it there. So I have a replacement one. Managed to find amongst my stuff. That's what it should be like. So I'll get that in, and that should solve all my problems on this. So there we are. It's back together now, and it pulls over just fine now. I haven't put a plug cap on yet because I didn't want it to start tonight, but no kickback at all now. That'll be fine. So I just wish that I've put a new recoil in, rope in when I had it off. So it isn't too bad. So I may leave that. It isn't that bad. So, but I'm just about there now with this one. I'll give it a clean up, and I'll show you the finished job.
just wanted to show you this on this Mountfield. When I said I'd put a reconditioned carb on it. Well, the carb, I got that with another mower. Someone gave me and told me it had all been done. New diaphragm and everything. Look at that, if you can see in that dip there. Look how much that diaphragm has dipped. There's no way they put a new diaphragm on there, so just goes to show you can't take anybody's word for anything. So I'll put a new one in that now and it should be okay. But I thought that was good, so I'll put that on everything and wasted my time, but I've got a new one, so I'll put that in. Here we are, I finally got it done now. I've replaced the carb gasket, what I mentioned, and this should be up for the top on. I haven't washed it, I'm going to do that just before I sell it, which will be in springtime, but this will be the end of the video. I'll just show you it running. I'll just position this and I'll show you. So there you go, there's another one done. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.